Okay, let's work some exercises. I'm going to work some from set A and set B. And for now, I'll just post the one set and see where we are on Monday. This one video, since you have a lot of content to digest. I'm going to focus on things I talked about in other videos. So let's look at exercise set A, and let's look at number 12. Okay. J and K won't both be present at graduation. They won't both. Now, this is one of those things where I told you if we hear it in everyday English, we might give pause or even kind of hear something else. They won't both be there. You're not going to get both of them. Doesn't say you're going to get neither. This is not both. This is not both, right? And you can break this out. They're not both true. Okay, so J will be at graduation. We'll abbreviate as J. K will be at graduation. We're going to abbreviate as the letter K. Okay? Okay, so J will be at graduation. K will be at graduation. Those are the letters. They will not both be. One of them will not be there. Either J is missing or K is not there. Okay? Or you could represent it this way. Will they both be there? No. But this does not say that both will be missing. Both of these are compatible with one or the other is there. Okay? One's not there, not both there. Okay? Won't both be there. Either one of these is acceptable. Not both. Sorry. I realized either one is acceptable. I was just saying not both for emphasis, not that. Anyway, you could write either. Each of these represents the truth conditions of J and K won't both be at graduation. Okay? Okay. Number 13. Number 13 is a way of expressing exclusive disjunction. One is true, but not both. 13 says J will win or K will win, but not both. So J will win, K will win. Okay? This says one of them will win, but not both. So it's a compound. All these are compound, right? But you have to think of building of parts. And we haven't talked about, we've gotten at it with main connectors, right? But that to get a statement, right, there are proper parts of that statement that are themselves smaller statements, right? So we have J or K will win, but since they're playing each other, it won't be both. So this specifies one of them will win, but is and, right? But it won't be J and K. It won't be J and K. Not both. One will win, but not both. Okay, so if you think this means both of these are false, you're wrong. One is true, but not both. Not both. Okay? Now, again, equivalent expressions are allowed. So you could say one of them will win, but one of them will lose. Okay? That's equivalent. Right? And you see how either way I've set the two parts. One will win, but not both. And the main connector is your and. Okay? This is number 13. Right? 13? Exercise set A. Okay. Okay. Let's do 19 and 20, because that gives us our if order stuff, and provided that, we'll do 19 and 20, and then I'll do a few on exercise set B. We'll do 19 and 20, and then a few on exercise set B. This is not an exhaustive list of exercises. There are others that are relevant to your homework, but I do want to flag a few things for you. And we'll check in on Monday, see where everyone is, and kind of troubleshoot this. Okay. Number 19. Number 19. I will graduate provided I pass both logic and history. Provided I pass both. Now you have to pass, right? Okay. Now passing both. Passing both. Now provided is sufficient language. As long as this happens, I graduate. Maybe there's another route. But as long as this happens, I graduate. So it's L and H. That's your unit. Provided these two things happen, they bring along G. Okay? Now, why did I flip the order is in the sentence? Because I don't care about the word order. I care about the antecedent and consequent indicators. This is an antecedent indicator, right? You could say that same sentence and just flip the English word order. Provided I pass logic and history, I graduate. So, can you listen to me here? Don't go by the word order for the arrow, because it's as easy as anything in English to put the antecedent second. There's no magic with it. Don't do it. Antecedent indicator. Antecedent. As long as I do this, I graduate. Maybe other ways to graduate, but as long as I do this, I graduate. That's 19. Okay? Provided, wherever it shows up in the sentence, is antecedent indicator. Same deal with number 20. It's an out of order if. Out of order if. I will not graduate. Now this is careful, right? This gets to my different, you can flip, right? I will not graduate if I don't pass. Both logic and history. Now this actually combines. This actually combines our not both stuff too. Okay. I will not graduate if I don't pass. Okay? If indicates, just break this down, if indicates antecedent, but it's stated negatively. If what? If I don't pass both. If I don't pass both. Right? If I don't pass both, meaning if I fail even one of them, not both. If I don't pass both, then I don't graduate. Okay? Now, if you remember from my last video, okay, you can also flip and negate, right? What this is saying is, in order to graduate, you have to pass both. In order to graduate, you have to pass both, right? But it's stated in the negative. If I don't pass both, if I fail even one, I don't graduate. Okay. That's number 20. Now, exercise set B moves pretty systematically through some of the language I've talked about in my videos, particularly related to the arrow and the double arrow. If, only if, necessary and sufficient, etc., etc. Give me a second, close my book. Okay. So starting with 23. I will graduate this semester only if I pass Intro to Logic. I will graduate only if I pass. Okay? Only if indicates the consequent. Only if I pass. I have to pass. So if I graduate, that means I passed. No other way. Okay? K will attend only if J does. That's K arrow J. Okay. I will go to the beach this week. 26. I will go to the beach this weekend unless I am sick. Beach unless sick. All right. Now again, right? So the simplest of simplest translation of unless is simply the or. Remember what that means. This is true. Well, the only way it might not be true is if I'm sick. But remember, maybe both. Maybe both are true. Maybe I stick it out and go to the beach. Right? Still, even though I'm sick. Whether advisable or not, for you or others, right? Okay? Now, remember, or equals not arrow, right? So one way to express this is if I don't go to the beach, that must mean I'm sick. But remember, this could still be, right? If I don't go to the beach, that must mean I'm sick. If I don't go to the beach, that must mean I'm sick. That captures that unless idea that this is going to be true. Well, if it's not, there's only one. There's this unless condition. This might be the more natural for you. I understand Hardegree kind of favors this because it expresses that I'm telling you something that's true, except in one certain, in which if it's not, that guarantees that something else is true. Okay, if it's not, that guarantees something else is true. Okay. Go to the beach unless I'm sick. This is going to be true. Well, it could be true even if this is true, but if you find this to be false, this one's going to be true. Okay, unless. 27, we have unless at the beginning of the sentence. Unless I goof off, I will not fail. Intro to logic. I will not fail unless I goof off. Now, you know you have to do something with the word order there because you can't have a two-place connector at the edge of the sentence, right? You're not going to do unless I goof off. That's not a thing. That's not a thing. I won't fail unless I goof off, right? Now, not unless, right, is equal to the arrow. The only way I will fail, if I fail, that implies that I goof off. So you could do that too. Not unless can equal the arrow. Not arrow can equal or. Not or can equal arrow. Okay. If I fail, it means I goofed off. Because I won't fail unless I goof off. Remember, flip and reverse. If I don't goof off, then I won't fail. If these other equivalencies don't help you, don't worry. I'll take the guide, right? Unless equals or, so I won't fail unless I goof off. Either I don't fail, otherwise I goof off. I might still make it, right? Remember this inclusive or. That's why the inclusive or is so important in logic. Maybe I goof off, but I still slip through anyway. But I won't fail if I don't goof off. Okay. In order to ace intro to logic, it is sufficient to get 100. Sufficient. 100 gets you a pass, more than a pass, right? You don't have to get 100 on every exam, but if you get 100 on every exam, that is sufficient for passing. This is number 30. Nope, no it's not. This is 29. This is 29. Okay? 30, in order to pass it, is necessary to average at least 50. If you get 100, that's more enough, even indeed more than enough, right? But you have to get a 50, at least. You have to. If you pass, that implies at least a 50. Passing implies at least a 50. Not getting a 50 implies not passing. Would be the flip in reverse. Okay. So that's necessary. It says necessary to get at least a 50. Necessary indicates necessary condition, which is the consequent. Sufficient indicates antecedent. Right? You got to be careful of the grammar. It is sufficient. What's sufficient? To get 100. Okay? It is necessary to average at least a 50. Okay, 32, we have necessary and sufficient together, so that's the double arrow. In order to pass, it's both necessary and sufficient to get a 50. If you get a 50, you pass. If you pass, you get at least a 50. If you get at least a 50, you pass. If you pass, it means you got at least a 50. No other way, but as long as you do it, you got it. That's 32. Necessary and sufficient. Necessary and sufficient. Okay. Those cover some key ones. 37's complicated. I don't think I did that combo, so I'm going to hold off on it for now. Otherwise is a nice one. Some of the complex one we have Otherwise is or. This is true, or else this. It's actually another. It's a synonym for unless. Right? It's very similar to unless, right? If it is raining, and here's a nice example where you can take the parts, the proper parts of the compound statements that are themselves that stand on their own as statements. If it is raining, I will play basketball. Otherwise, I'll go jogging. Right? The idea of being playing basketball indoors. Otherwise, I will go jogging. Actually, I might have to complicate this. Right? Otherwise means if it's not raining. Either if it's rain. Yeah, you're not saying if it's raining, I will go jogging. I will play basketball. That's true. Or if it's not raining, then I will go jogging. I threw a bit of a dud on this. Sorry, I'm gonna check the answers on this one. I should have. This one caught my eye, and I should have been more careful on it. This is number. This is number 38. Make sure I got this right. Yeah. Okay. The otherwise there has to do with if it's not raining. If it's raining, I'll play basketball. If it's not raining, I will go jogging. Okay. Doing 38 was not as helpful since I kind of corrected it, but the others we'll hang our hat on. I'm gonna stick with this for exercises for now. I'll do one or two more because just the other thing is when you have multiple clauses. Let's do one or more. Well, let's do a few more. We've done it a little bit with the provided that, but just dealing with multi-part things. Each part may not be complicated, but you got to make sure you connect them with the right connectors. Let's see. Let's do. Exercise C. So I'm not requiring you to do the exercise set C, but it may help to get some of these more complex ones. If neither J nor K can make it, J can't make it and K can't make it. If this is true, then we should either postpone or cancel. Okay? If this is true, if what is true? If neither can make it, if we're not going to have either one, then we have two options, postpone or cancel. Right? Got to get this right, the if part. If you're not going to have either, you could also do it this way. We should postpone or cancel. Now, on these multi-part ones like this, on the homework, right? If you see that it's an arrow statement, if you have this antecedent a little wrong, you'll get partial credit. Now, some guidance on this, right? You have to break down what is the main statement saying. Okay, so I'm going to go back to exercise set A, right? Just for a little simpler version of this, right? Either it is raining or it is sunny and cold. Either it is raining or it is sunny and cold. Okay? Either it is raining or it is sunny and cold. What's the either or? It's raining or something else, right? So your structure is raining or what? Sunny and cold, right? So you have to see that it's not saying either it's raining or sunny and it's cold. That would be something else, right? So you identify the connectors and you see what is linked to what. The either at the beginning of the sentence gives you the indicator. This isn't universal, but in this case, right? Either long statement, right? So it frames the whole thing with this either or. Either this or it's sunny or cold. It is 15, by contrast, is it's either raining or overcast. You see how that goes together as a unit, but in any case, it's not sunny. Right? All right, so those are your connectors, right? And this is grouped together. For one thing, it's one of these. I'm not saying which. And in either case, it's not sunny. Two things are true. It's not sunny, and I'm not sure if it's raining or overcast, but it's one or the other. Definitely not sunny, right? I haven't looked outside. It was raining before. It's either raining or overcast, but I can tell you it's not sunny. Okay, this is a longish video, so I'm going to call it there, and we'll pick up with this on Monday.